Hey Sammy friends, this is Rachel Kuhn with the Joy of Stamping with Rachel. We're doing our 14 days of love, and this is day 12 or Super Bowl Sunday, depending on which day you like to look at this. I'm making these for my boys. So let me show you a photo of them. I have one already made, and I'm gonna make the second one. Here are me and my boys. This is Lincoln. He's my oldest boy who's 14, and there's my baby Hudson, and he is just 12. I sure do love them, and so Valentine's Day is just a couple more days away, and so I thought what a fun treat this would be for them. All right, let me go and show you what we're making. It is a Hershey's chocolate bar wrapper or cover, depending on what you want to call it. And it has this ribbon right here where we pull, and this will slide right up to reveal our fun chocolate bar. Super, super cute. I have this one that we're making, and then I have two other examples that I've used using different DSP and stamp sets. And you kind of see the cool different colors of the Hershey bars that I was able to find in that blue and in that purple. These were like the specialty Valentine's Day ones, so that's super, super fun. This one uses our Celebration DSP, and this one uses our, I think it's called Lucky Clover stamp set and die or punch. All right, so we're using this for Valentine's Day, but you could tell our saying just says for you. This could be for anything, and I made it look like a heart flower, so it literally could be for like Mother's Day even, someone's birthday. Very neutral as far as our greeting for this one. All right, you will need a Hershey bar for this. This Hershey bar is the regular size, which measures about 6 inches by 2 inches. As a point of reference there. Grab your day 12 kit. And we are using craft paper and that country gig'em and our beautiful burlap ribbon and our real red. I went ahead and I've punched out our DSP. Look at the back side, you'll see it's double-sided. There's our heart on one side from our Country Floral Lane Designer Series paper. So that will be in your kit. Then you'll see this cute little banner from the Stylish Shapes in that basic way. And then you'll see this weird little piece here. And you're like, huh, how did she make that? It is not a stamp. It's actually, I used a marker, my Stampin' Right mint macaroon marker, and I've used the brush side, and I just measured about, let's look at this. It's about 3 inches of a stem there. Let me demonstrate how to do it on a scrap of paper, kind of give you an idea if you want to make this over and over again. I just take my brush in, and I take it from the top and come down to the bottom, and that's it. Then I use my paper snips and we fussy cut it out. Depending on how hard you press, you can see that it goes a little bit more narrow as I press lighter. So want a thick stem, press down hard, keep it light, lift it up a little bit of that weight. Let's go ahead and just do some quick stamping for our For You. I'll grab that, and I'm using the Balmy Blue because that will match my Designer Series paper. Go ahead and open that up. And let's do right there maybe. Tap that in, hover it over, and press down and lift up. Be careful not to rock. We don't want that to create smudge lines. Okay, and that's it for stamping. If you want to mass produce this and you don't have a lot of that Designer Series paper, you could use the stamp set and go ahead and punch that out on basic white using your color of choice along with those leaves, and punch those out or fussy cut them out depending on what tools you have available to you. Okay, all of these measurements will be over on my tutorials for you guys. Feel free to look at them for a reference there. I'm not even going to say the numbers because I know I'll mess them up. But we do have 4 score lines. So I'm going to go ahead and use my bone folder on this craft paper to get that nice and ready. Because craft paper is a wee bit thicker, you will definitely need a bone folder to help you with this. If you look in the catalog, this was 100% inspired by that. As a demonstrator, I have access to what they call recipes. So I was able to look up the recipe for this one, and I tweaked it just a little bit. The recipe called for only 1 score line, but I really like, or 2, but I really like having that box shape for this one and created 4 instead. So that's just the difference between mine and theirs. All right, go ahead and grab our candy bar, place that face down. It doesn't matter yet, but it's just a good habit to get started. Remove your tear tape off that side, and we want it to overlap it a little bit and try to have it going straight. So that's looking pretty good. I don't have it coming in too far. There we go, and press down. Then we can remove our candy bar, and we have this cool little tube here, a rectangle tube. Okay, our DSP, we want to go ahead and add that on. However, I didn't put something in the center of this one, so I'm going to do on here. I'm just going to put a little bit of liquid glue. This one does not have it, so I can totally like take that completely off, which is good and bad. So for this one, my tip is we're going to add just a little bit of liquid glue here so that when we add on to this piece, it'll stick on. Removing the backing, there are no score lines in this one. This is just purely a wrap, and I probably could have kept my candy bar in. Let me shove that back in just so we have some stability here and not smushing it down too far. Okay, eyeball it or measure to see how far we want that to be. On the top and the bottom, we do want to be able to see some of that craft paper underneath. That looks about right. I'm moving a lot with that glue paper, with that glue. I probably should have used tear tape there. Okay, flip it over. There we go. And we're gonna wrap this around. I'm gonna take this one and wrap it right over to where it meets. Like so. Press down, make sure it holds. And there we go. No scoring needed on that one. By just wrapping it, it kind of creates its own score lines, which is pretty awesome. All right, now we can take out that candy bar and go ahead and finish up with our decorating here with our leaves and hearts. We do need to grab our paper snips, so that way we can just fussy cut this a little bit closer. And I'm just cutting right along it. If you didn't have a marker, you could just use the same color. So mint macaron is the color I use to match these leaves. And you just can fussy cut a piece of cardstock, and that would work perfectly fine as well. All right, put a little bit of glue on the back of there carefully, not too much. And flip it over, and we'll attach it to. This one I have it curving a little bit, so I'm gonna have it curve down there at the end. But it's up to you which way you want your stem to go. Then we're gonna add dimensionals. In fact, I probably would have added my heart first, so it's up to you. Heart or stem first. I think the direction said heart first. And then we were just gonna slide the stem underneath there. Going to put at least 2 dimensionals on there. I'm not too worried about that bottom part being on it. And line it up there. Cute. Grab our dimensionals for our leaves. This one you might need to cut in half or place it strategically so you can't see your dimensional on the other side. Oh, I did pretty good. Remove the back end of that one and attach. You can kind of tell there's a little difference of as far as the point goes on here versus no point. So it's just be mindful that you do it the same for each one. So there's a rounded end and a pointy end. I'm gonna have my pointy ends to meet for this one. For this one, I had my rounded ends meet. You can kind of see the difference of how they just kind of fan out. Go ahead and flip over the For You, put dimensional on there. In fact, I'm gonna grab my minis. I have them handy, just to be on the safe side. And I wanna put at least 2. These ones fit on here perfectly. Go ahead and just put that to the side of our stem. So it's going over the stem a little bit, but more to the right. Grab our cute pastel sequins. I like the larger one. You guys will have to let me know if you're watching the game today, the Super Bowl, or if you're spending your time in your craft room or something else. I don't know if I'll get to watch it today. And if you are watching it, who are you rooting for? All right, final steps. To add the ribbon, I like to go to the front and the back and get it about even on the front like this. Looks kind of weird, I know, but we're gonna go ahead and then put our candy bar so it's gonna press down the ribbon and through it. Okay, so just kind of pushing it down. You should have your end still available to you right there. And then we'll stop it shimmy it so to make sure they're at the same length. Grab your real red ribbon. Ooh, say that 3 times fast. And we're going to tie a knot to get that to stick together. This bow that we're creating for this one is making it to be our stopper. So it is very important. I've made other candy bar wrappers that they've had to have like holes in them with a hole punch in order for us to slide the things where we want them to go. But this one is neat because we don't have to make any holes. Our stopper is just the bow. Play with that ribbon a little bit or cut it to the size that you want it to be on the top there. Make your cute bow. You might need to play with that one. Mine came up a little bit wonky. Let's see, my ends are pretty good. There we go. Try one more time. Not too bad. I feel like one side's bigger than the other, but that's okay. There we go. We'll call that good. I'm going to trim my top part. Make sure you do keep some though, because that's what we're going to use to hold to lift up the candy bar out of our wrapper there. Super, super cute and fairly easy. This would be great for a gift. Like I said, these are going to my sons because they're blue and it's perfect for them. And but you can make it for anything, honestly. I hope you guys have had a fun time watching to learn how to make this and our cool tips with our DSP for our flowers and the stem. Are you guys happy stamping, everyone? Goodbye.